good before he's brought down.
That's good.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now it's Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 34 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some...
And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 39 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Justin Tucker.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis play.
It got his man complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 83 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Extra point.
And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play. Big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st down, Baltimore.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Justice Hill, the ball carrier.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down. And 6 yards to go.
Now a give here to Hill. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here we go with Hill. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. These two teams all tied after 1.
To 7.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he's got Lockett. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now
from the 22. Wilson.
The 22-yard line.
The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Now the rookie out of Miami, this is DJ Dallas. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Derek Wolfe there on the
from the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd.
They'll look to run with Dallas. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Jason Myers for
that almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
32-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
It's a gain of
a big play that time for the Ravens. 48 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
To throw again, Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
A run by Dallas to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
4 yards. And that's good for another Seahawk.
They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his running back, Hyde. Not much there, only a yard. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Down the coverage.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. The 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra.
So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Anthony Averett picks it. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
To kick off for
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He uncorks it for Snead. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the...
So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
Lockett the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back? And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Carson. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down.
Queen on the tackle. It's a gain of 9. Makes it third and 9.
On third down, Wilson. Being chased out left. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Anthony Averett picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
The Ravens.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
On the carry for Baltimore.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
At the 38-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 38, Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Marquise Brown.
Hollywood Marquise Brown. 38 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Ravens 28. Seahawks 14. Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now it's Jackson.
7-yard line.
This will be caught by Brown. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Marquise Brown.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete to
Justice Hill, 66 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and it'll move the chains. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Airing it out for Olsen. Open is Olsen. He's got it. Touchdown Seahawks. Greg Olsen. 32 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Taken down.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
2nd and inches at the 38-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins, 38 yards in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned